when I decided to do another review and do one on the DW-291H, I decided to get a second colorway just so I could show you both of them. Let's get this thing unboxed here. I'm currently wearing the one I like. I don't know if you'd call this desert tan and black. Casio was kind of non-committal on their naming of how they named this colorway. I like it. I'm typically wearing something like a black shirt in desert tan or coyote brown or some color like that, so it works well. I did like the look of this one though, so I wanted to get a fresh watch, right, for you guys to see. Let's get rid of that. And get that out of the way. All right, I really like the red too. I don't know. This first one I got on the long band. I don't necessarily need every bit of the long band, but I do prefer the double holes here in the double tang closure versus the single holes. I guess that's just a personal thing. The bands, the double hole band is actually a little bit more flexible, a little less rigid. That may just be due to the design having two perforations. I'll give you a zoom in here for you and see if you can get a better look. I do like the way that red looks too. Really nice. Got a time zone. I set mine to New York. If you hold that down for a few seconds, then you can get into the time set mode and change your zone, your day, date, your time, and then eventually your year. There's your world time function. I usually have mine set to UTC. I play a video game that is basing its events off UTC, so that's handy for me. Alarm, timer, stopwatch. There's your light, your stopwatch. We're counting hundredths of a second up here. Full seconds. Stop, start, set. It's a nice functional watch. These, I believe they call them the King G-Shock. They are tougher, or they're not a G-Shock actually, sorry. The King Casio. They are nearly as tough as a G-Shock. You know, your square G-Shocks are gonna set you back for a basic one about $50-ish, and these come in at about $30-ish, at least here in the US. So it is a savings, you know, and for a lot of people, the number one way that your watch is gonna get damaged is through water. So this having a 200-meter water resistance, as opposed to say the 30 meters on some of the water resistant versions, would prevent most of the damage. Your bezel's not going to be as protected on this watch, or your screen rather. Your bezel does not stand up like it would on a G-Shock. Your buttons are protruding, they're not recessed. So your buttons, although they do have a nice shroud, they're not going to be as protected, at least from a sideways type impacting, affecting the movement. They are right out there. But on the flip side, that makes this watch really easy to use if you're wearing gloves. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to work the little buttons on a 5610 with gloves. It's not easy. Whereas these large pushers are nearly they're not as big, but nearly Mudman size, right? Which I like. I mean, in terms of size there, you can see it next to a Mudman or a Mudmaster, I guess. It's big for a square, but not necessarily ginormous big like some of your G-Shocks get. I like it. It's like a beefy G-Shock, or it's like a beefy G-Shock, yeah, but not a giant G-Shock, but it's beefier than a 5600. And this actually is the continuation of one of my favorite, although it is kind of a Marmite watch. Gosh, is she out here? She usually doesn't go far up. She's right here, right? This original 290, and this is a 291. So I knew I would probably like this watch, since I like this watch a lot. And I was right. I like this one better. And you know, the screen is a little bit bigger. And the same thing, you compare this to like a 5600. I believe this one has like 4 millimeters more size on the screen, which makes it a little bit more legible. Right? I don't know how well you can see that, but it makes it a little bit more legible. Your numbers are just a little bit bigger. And as a guy who is not 18 anymore, you know, this right here is my go-to nighttime watch to put on my wrist when I go to bed. That way, if I wake up at some time in between dark 30 in the morning, I'll know if it's time to get up or if it's time to go back to bed. The one thing that I wish this had that it doesn't is electroluminescence. I mean, it does have it works, right? It's got dual LEDs, and let's see here. It's got LED lights, and they work. Let me dim the lights so you can see a little bit better. So that lights up, and you know, it's not bad at all. It's just with the LED illumination, and I do like the amber, right? With the electroluminescence, it lights up the whole screen. This is a whole lot better than like an F91 in terms of readability. But yeah, if I got to custom do one, it would have electroluminescence, right? It's just, I don't know, it's a thing. But you know, this is a $30 watch, not a $50 watch, and I guess they gotta, you know, make ends meet somehow, right? And so I think that's one of the ways they did it was not doing the electroluminescence. But you know, for fans of electroluminescence, that's something that they're cutting out of a lot of their more affordable offerings nowadays. Let's see, how much more band do you get out of this long band version? It looks like the top is virtually the same. The tail, gosh, you know, this is really, I don't know that it's actually, let's see here, is it actually longer? You know, it is, but just, what, maybe 4 millimeters? I mean, you've only got one more really setting, I think, on this. Well, yeah, only one more, but then you have extra tail here. So you could, you know, you could get way out here. And, you know, I've got a fairly large wrist. Not as big as it used to be. I've been on a diet for 18 months. But, you know, my wrist at one time was 8 inches. Now it's probably 7 3/4. This has ample room. In fact, I could put this over a windbreaker or a jacket or something and have plenty of room, right? Whereas the regular bracelet, come on, cooperate with me here. The standard bracelet, it may be because it's new and the other one's not. This one just feels like it hugs the wrist a little bit more. It's not bad. That's probably one notch tighter than I usually would wear it. I don't want to end up leaving imprints on my wrist. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I really do like this red too. You know, I mean, I really like this colorway. Whoops, backwards. Really like that colorway with the those colors. That black and red looks pretty good too. Gosh, you know, I got this extra one just to show you guys a comparison, and I was planning on giving this red and black one away. I don't know. I may not. We're gonna have to see. I may have to sleep on that one. I'll just put a pin in it for the moment because that is a really handsome color combination. I like that. Well, let's get on with the next part of the review.